quite often between you and the dream that you're trying to actualize. The dream life, the dream version of you, or the dream reality that you're trying to create into existence. There lies a block in between. In fact, there are three major blocks. You need to learn to get rid of these three major blocks should you wish to effectively manifest your goals and your reality into existence. What are they? Let us discuss it. It is right behind me on the whiteboard that I've written down. The very first block that a person would encounter when they're trying to actualize their goals, their dreams, their manifestation is a conflicted value. And you may have heard of me talked about this in my previous part of the video, okay? So what is an example of a conflicted value? I want result, but conflict XYZ is in the way. I want to go to try this new restaurant, but the price is too expensive. I want to go to Bali for a holiday, but I do not have enough money. I would like to change a new workplace, but I do not have a better working opportunity. So there is this but and this conflict that is causing this internal struggle, okay? The reason here is we would often use the frontal lobe, which is the topmost lobe of the brain, the prefrontal cortex or the neocortex of the brain, for logical reasoning. However, the brain has not enough info about getting the result, which is primarily in the future, right? Your brain do not know what it doesn't know, isn't it? So it's just like a storage drive. It hasn't gathered enough information about the future. But what it has gathered enough information is this conflict, which is the XYZ that is based off the past. Hence, it is creating this conflict internally. Okay, so we usually as coaches, right, we would tackle a person's block by working from top down to bottom of the brain. So we would start from the top brain, which is the logical brain, the middle lobe, which is the emotional brain, and the lower lobe, which is the survival brain, the reptilian brain. Okay, the second block that most people would have to face, it appears in the midbrain and what we call trapped emotions. Okay, so an example here would be there seems to be an invisible force that is holding me back whenever I try to take action, but I can't seem to explain what is it. Okay, but it's centered around feelings. Okay, feelings of fear, shame, guilt, hate, judgment, self-criticism, often very low vibrational frequency type of a feeling, not a feeling of love, not a feeling of peace, joy, you know, all of this high vibrational frequency. It is usually centered around low vibrational frequencies. And this would lead me to self-sabotage my goals, or usually keep me in victim mentality. Everything is other people's fault, not my own mindset, not my own problems. Okay? The reason here is middle lobe of the brain, which is basically in charge of all the emotions. Okay? It stores memories of all the pain and the pleasurable moments in our life. Okay? And it decides to suppress and repress any kind of pain associated type of memories. Why? Because you want to avoid it so much that you try to keep it down. You're afraid to confront it, and hence you are pushing it even deeper into your psyche, hence forming traumas. So what is trauma essentially? Trauma is just perceiving a great loss of value in what has happened to you in the past, whether that person has created a very significant kind of damage to you, you know, may have hurt you, harmed you, or maybe cheated you in any way, or maybe you have actually done something in the past that created a huge mistake, hence creating a lot of fear in you, okay, that this mistake would occur again. Okay, so this is creating trauma in you, and that is the second block. Last but not least, the final block, which is the famous one, okay, unlimiting belief. Okay, an example here is I don't think I'm worthy of love. Perhaps maybe you've experienced several rejections in your life, or maybe you have experienced several failed relationships, hence it led you to think that I'm not worthy of love. Perhaps, okay, or somebody said, hey, you're very good with your words, why not you start a podcast, or why not you write a book? You say, hey, I'm not smart enough, okay, because you think that you do not have enough knowledge on that particular subject, okay? Or somebody wants to partner with you and say create a business venture, then you say now is not the right time to start a business because everything, prices went up the roof, so you quickly assume that now is not the best time. So all of the things that you choose to believe in is limiting you to create the results that you're after is a limiting belief. Okay, reason here is based upon distorted lens of perception, usually relating to survival mechanism of the lower brain, which is reptilian brain. All survival, the reptilian brain just wants to protect you and wants to keep you in your comfort zone. Doesn't want you to step out of your comfort zone because it's too risky. Okay, so all of this I'm worthy is trying to protect you so that you don't get hurt from relationships again. I'm not smart enough, you're afraid that you might fail, okay? Or now it's not the right time, again, you're afraid that it's gonna take you into financial difficulties, again trying to protect you. All of it to do with your survival mechanism, which is of the lower reptilian brain, okay? And it's based off the distortion of lens of perception that is stemmed from thoughts and external influence. So we all know thoughts is internal, right? It is all to do with your self-view, how you view yourself, okay? Your model of how you view yourself, okay? And the external influence, which is the worldview, the model of the world that you view, okay? So this two creates a distortion, hence creating a limiting belief in you. So ideally, a coach is to actually guide you to help you clear out all of these three aspects from top down to bottom approach, not from bottom to top approach. So you might hear a lot of coaches, or you may hear a lot of personal development tell you to work on limiting beliefs first. Limiting beliefs first doesn't work that way. We need to work from all the conflicted values, which is based off the emotional, the logical part. Then we move down to the emotional part, which is the middle lobe, okay? All the trapped emotions, the traumas, we need to clear all of those blockages out. Then we move down to the reptilian brain, which is in charge of the limiting beliefs. Okay, so hope this video tells you or gives you absolute clarity what are the blocks that you need to work on should you wish to effectively manifest your goals and manifestations into reality. Much love and light.